Every year, we have the wonderful opportunity to examine our lives and realign our goals to our true purpose. I don't know if you're like me, but I love January and Mondays and spring cleaning and starting fresh. I don't think New Year's has to be a time of stress. So what can we do to make it a success this year? Close your eyes and imagine reaching your goal. If you could accomplish anything, what inspires you? What makes you happy? What gives you purpose? What if there is nothing to stop you this year? For your goal to be truly motivational, it has to give you energy. It has to inspire you to want to accomplish it. But most of all, it has to be SMART. S-M-A-R-T, a SMART goal. This might be a review for some of you, but for the rest of you, this might be your key to actually reaching your goal this year. Let's go ahead and start with the letter S in SMART. S stands for specific. This gets a little tough for some people, but if you only just remember that if a complete stranger can look at your goal and say, look at your life and go, yeah, you did this, yes or no. So listen to these examples and see if you can figure out if they're specific or general. I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to write more. I want more customers. Those are great starting points, but let's contrast them with something that is specific. I want to write 1 book this year. I want to lose 30 pounds this year. I want to do a triathlon this year. Wouldn't that be awesome? I want 500 more people on my newsletter subscription. Suddenly it becomes more real when you make it a specific thing. You go from just whining and wishing to actually maybe having a goal. But that is not where we stop. That is just the first letter. Moving on to the next letter in SMART is M. And M stands for measurable. Now, you might have thought your specific goal had a measurement in it, but we need to get even more detailed than that. There's nothing like the excitement and exhilaration of actually meeting a goal to spur you on to continue your goal and finish. And this is a huge mistake lots of people make, is they don't feel like they deserve to celebrate until the end. A year later, 60 pounds later, a triathlon later. And you know what? That just doesn't work. What we want to do is make your goal as fun as possible with as much exhilaration, excitement, and celebration as possible, as often as possible. And this is where mini goals and chunking come into play. So say you want to write more and you make it specific. I want to write a book. And then you really look at your book you're writing and you think, you know what? It's going to have 12 chapters. Hey, guess what? There's 12 months. That means you write 1 chapter a month, but you don't wait a whole month to celebrate. Let's say each chapter has 30 pages. You write 1 page a day. That's your mini goal every day. Every day you can sit down with a glass of wine at the end of the day and say, yes, I'm doing this. I did it. I can do this. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. So give yourself a reason every single day to celebrate little mini goals on the way to your big goal. The next letter in SMART is A, and A is for achievable. Can you really do it? Can I really do a triathlon this year? Can I learn how to bike, swim, and run and get good at them all in 1 year? This is where you're really going to want to talk to some friends, talk to some experts, talk to your doctor, talk to your family members, and see if it's achievable for you. The point of having goals and doing new things is to enrich your life and make it more exciting, not to stress you out. So if you find that your goal is causing stress on your life, then maybe it's too lofty. Now, on the other hand, maybe your goal is too low hanging and it doesn't really inspire you to get moving. So what do you think about your goal? Is it achievable? Our next letter in SMART is R. Now, some call this relevant, some call this realistic, but I like to call it rethink it. Is this really the right direction for the actual goal you're trying to achieve? So you want more customers, you decide you need 500 more newsletter subscriptions, but then take a step back and go, wait, will these newsletter subscriptions give me more customers, or do I need to rethink this whole thing? It takes a lot of humility and maturity to be able to disconnect yourself from your original goal and rethink it and see if it's the right way to go. People set up a goal and they get their mind all set for it, and then they just keep plowing through on it, even if it turns out it's not really the right way to go about reaching their main goal. So is your goal really the best way to accomplish what you want to? And we're at the last letter of SMART, T. And T is for timed. And someday isn't a time. It's just a vague notion. This year isn't a time. We really need to pick mini goals and ideally less than 3 months out. You really want daily goals. Pick an end date for your first little goal. Write it on a sticky note, put it on your computer, put it on your bathroom mirror, and stay focused and excited about that. Because if it's too far away, it's too vague. Our brains can't really comprehend 60 pounds and a year. It's just too much and too far and doesn't keep you excited. Little tiny baby steps keep your momentum going. By the way, let's talk about those little tiny baby steps. For example, if you want to lose 60 pounds in a year, is your first goal going to lose your first 10 pounds? What led to the weight gain? Maybe the first goal is clean out your fridge this week. You can totally accomplish that. Celebrate it. Next week, make a list of all the meals that you like and what ingredients they would need. Are they possible for you to cook them? Does everyone like them? That's a huge chore. I would give myself at least a week to do that and celebrate doing that and getting more organized from the very foundation. So you've got 2 weeks of celebrations now. Third week, don't skip breakfast or whatever your diet plan is. Little tiny chunks. Celebrate that at the end of the week. It's okay that you're not losing weight yet. Next week, eat dinner at the same time every day. Make dinner every day. That is really, really difficult and worth celebrating. And it's laying this foundation of good habits that's going to make you succeed later on down. And that way, it's accomplishable. You know what you're doing every week and you can celebrate it. And it's not this huge load of stress on you right at the beginning. So go out there, reevaluate your goals for this year. Make sure they are SMART. Get an accountability partner to keep you on track, bounce ideas off of, and make sure it's realistic and achievable. I can't wait to hear what your goals are for this year. I'm cheering you on. You can do it. Bye!